Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our seminar series. I am very happy that it started and it is running unhindered. And our today's speaker is Dr. Mathimaran. He will be speaking today on soil and sustainable land use systems, global and national policy framework, opportunities for multidisciplinary research, collaboration for sustainable development. I think this is one of the major issues one has to talk about. Any research on land and sustainability, soil, these are all very, fraught always with a lot of difficulties, and also many challenges are being faced. And I'm quite happy that this challenge is being accepted by Mathimaran. And Mathimaran is our principal scientist from Pondicherry Center. He has been working for the last 2.5 years, I guess. And prior to that, he was the scientist from University of Basel, Switzerland. And I came to know when I visited Pondicherry a couple of weeks ago that he's also from University of Agricultural Sciences, where I am an alumni from. So that is the connection I have with him. So without much ado, let me go to Dr. Mathimaran. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Murali. Thank you very much for this opportunity and nice introduction. As you could see that I tried to give, today I tried to present kind of anyway overview so that every one of us, particularly from our institute foundation, gets a glimpse of how important soil is and how this could be kind of aligned to our ongoing efforts. Particularly, I think we have been discussing on that, and I think it will be also kind of continuing discussion in this topic, as Dr. Murali said. It's such an important topic, particularly in the context of sustainable development goals. I just thought to give you this outlook, and maybe some of you not in really on soil sciences or below ground aspects. So for those, I think just to kind of refresh, I'm giving you this overview of importance of soil and land, and we know how important. So many of those definitions and how, I mean, when we try to put the framework, I think we have to be, we have to see that we all know we have to align with United Nations or at the national level policies. So what I did is basically to kind of bit of exercise to browse through all these agencies at the United Nations level and also national. What are the aspects, particularly with reference to soil? As you see, they brought, and it's also in a continuous discussion to give more and more importance to soil perspective. So as we know, it's a very key that almost the whole of our system, or human system, relies on soil to grow crops, and not only crops, everything else. We depend on soil as a basis. So that's a bit of overview. Are also coming up in the context of degradation, climate. So a bit of elaborate in the coming slides. So this kind of threat. And about point of view to understand the importance in terms of soil use intricate or interlinked in terms of spatial levels. Soil is a fundamental unit, and land use as a forest equivalent idea they give given by the United Nations or FAO, that destroyed, and this also had indirect effect how the land use system is affected in terms of effect on other sources. Rising in recent years, not long back, soil and brought this concept of having international year of soil. Started to thematize the importance of soil and to develop healthy soils, because this supports several things like microbial, plant roots, everything that even determines above ground. Of course, a lot of linkages to climate changes. So they started to post these. We means our own our professor message on that part, the importance of you in the context of soil is words that is now kind of taken as to appreciate like human anemia. There's also like if we degrade soil, perhaps a kind of equivalent anemia. Powerful statement that carries a lot of messages, as we know. Okay, so they have a exclusive section for healthy soil or soil related activities at United Nations. And I'm going to give you, of course, some of you at least know uh, thematized poverty, zero hunger, as you can see in the slide. These are also and interlinking not only for in the area of how the government should play or our research should play. They have brought out how they have brought out clearly how specific goals kind of directly linked to hunger. So that's kind of important. They have brought in terms of soil related, as you see, they highlighted here, and well, I also tried to highlight here in terms of with the red borders. Probably you see that. So like goal 2, 6, 11, 12, 13, and 13 and 15 are specifically activity number 13 that deals with CO2 or climate action, and that but also there's a lot of emission from soil. So this is also linking climate change. And for example, I think this is clear. Maybe you might be able to see that. All right. So there has been recent years quite a lot of publication in high impact journals how to put the whole framework of soil and in terms of sustainable goals, and also link with the research activities and of course development. I think probably, I'm not sure, probably you might not be able to see the detail, but it's you can refer to this publication in 2018. They brought out a very nice very nice schematic scheme to link goals, sustainable development goals, as you see, and the rest of in that they brought the soil, land use, and water management. Okay. And similarly, Professor Lal, as we have heard from during the foundation day events, this is from his own publication I went through, have brought what is the importance of soil in terms of food security. As you see, it has both direct effects and indirect effects on global warming, and this is one of the kind of basis. Now many of these soil related activities, and at the level of national and United Nations level, they're trying to interlink the activities in terms of both positive and negative effects. And I think there's a lot of research scopes, as you see, how each of us or even international players can do both research and development with so many components. So I don't want to go into details, especially I think this could be anyway taken up. It's a vast and huge area for discussion. Probably it also warrants more than one seminar or even part of sub-seminars, perhaps in future course. All on food security. And this is also one of the key slides often quoted in even the newest research publication, and that gives us guiding principles, okay, for any research projects. So this terms of showing to soil in terms of FAO's classification, and they have categorized like 3 to 4 such kind of threats. As you see, soil erosion is very rampant across the area. And then there's a lot in terms of, there's a lot of threat, for example, soil erosion. This is a impact of climate on erosion. And even there is a recent paper in PNAS just this year or 2 months ago, by University of Basel itself. They brought the importance of how erosion is alarming. So they did intense measurement of Swiss colleagues. So another major threat, as you see, kind of second main threats, there's a lot of soil biodiversity loss, kind of foreseen. Organic carbon change is going to be a bigger threat. These are the main thing, as you see in the map here. Huh? So when we write our proposals or projects, we should try to align with these kind of global issues. And this is evident, and I think the whole at the country level or the international level, they try to align with these kind of key messages or key information. And there's also another threat in terms of contamination or nutrient imbalances. As you see, it's clear. So I don't want to go again into each of these. Maybe we can pick up during the discussions, but perhaps you might note this publication. Okay, kind of one of the reason also many countries are now focusing on focusing on projects. Two of those that we are trying to get or submit by tomorrow is the last date, as we know. So well, I was also quite it made me quite busy, of course. But just as you see the importance of biodiversity, this is important in terms of soil, and this is also include below ground biodiversity. So I kind of agree or see nowadays more and more in a global context. In earlier times, most of the focus were only on above ground. Of course, this is very clear. We are trying to improve the productivity of crops by improving the impact on soil. So now it's very clear. I think the more and more projects they focus is on about agrobiodiversity, or even they give importance to soil biodiversity. Also see the components, soil components. There's a clear call from FAO now. They say there's direct effect, and they estimated annual loss of GDP about 8 billions due to yield loss, particularly these kind of figures are quite relevant in terms of not only in a above ground Of course, I don't want to go into detail with the IPCC. There's a lot uh, in the report I went through, and particularly also he had brought these highlights, how the soil is also playing important role in IPCC's report. So these are all the kind of linkages between the IPCC, the SDGs, particularly on soil erosions. Okay, and this is slide where we have challenges on the left hand side, the pressures across the ecosystem, both urban. Uh, and how it should be and how we should respond is on the right hand side. We see it should be a diversified cropping system, green infrastructure, green energy. I think our found quite well at the national and global level. I think there are a lot to also opportunities aligned with these activities as a response under this. I don't want to read through it, but just you can quickly see that there's a lot challenge because of growing global population, and there's global need for food, feed, and we need we all think we could I think, or not we, but probably scope for expansion for agriculture. This is the main except for, as you see, in few countries. So with the limited, there'll be with more and more limited also grow more food or nutritious food or quality food, but at the same time we should so this is the biggest change we have. So 25% of land is highly degraded anyway at the already now, and as you see the stat says 44% is slightly moderately degraded due to erosion. Okay, so that's so these are many of those challenges, land degradation, and of course there are a lot of policy and governments driving that. So this is clear. We already know many of these things. Or IPCC or at the national, there is a huge effort um, uh, coordinate all these activities at the global level, global, national, and local level. So concerning soil, there is this exclusive intergovernmental technical panel on soils, and they have recommendations like we need to bring technologies, of course, like in other fields, to also soil. And soil protection is panel on soils. So again, it's like IPCC, it's part of the consortium, I mean, part of the efforts at the international level. And important guidelines part of these intergovernmental technical panels. So of sustainable developments issues. Soil has its own governance, referring to policy strategies, and they have also there is this global soil partnership, for example. It's all interlinked. So I don't want to again go into details. So I think it's probably I have kind of given an overview of all these United Nations part. I just thought to bring out there's also a so-called I think they plan to do it this year. They lot so this is one aspect in terms of thing at the global event. Maybe so we specifically, as you see, global effort in terms of sustainable development goals. The government, they have created exclusive sites to deal with that. This is I believe our foundation would align with. Specifically, I want to speak about of India, like 2, 3, 12, and 15 for document. So SDG 2 has dealing with hunger. Of course, we know hunger, food security. They have SDG target 2.4 by 2030. We ensure sustainable food production. There's a lot of commitment over there, and you see which ministry departments are involved and what are the schemes. So I think this we may have to revisit again and again within us, so that we are into many of these programs. And of course, especially those of my colleagues working on soil quality or soil, of course we all can work in a more interdisciplinary way, but these are concerning specifically for soil. I want to bring to your kind notice. So there's schemes, and this deals with SDG goal number 3, again dealing with soil pollution, and you see this, in this case it's a Ministry of Environment, and it's clear that there's also some schemes over there where we can position ourselves. All right. Similarly, SDG number goal 2, we have sustainable consumption pattern, and there we have component soil in addition to air and water. And we, again, this is obviously will be dealt with Ministry of Environment. There's again centrally sponsored schemes over there. And here again, SDG, addressing SDG number 15 on protecting our ecosystem. And this is again ecosystem. Obviously, there's a national mission for Green India, natural resources. So these are all evolving scenarios. I think the Ministry of Environment and others, they are active in trying to, bring out to at the state level or local level and consensus effort. All right, that's about the national level. And we have, of course, it has to be implemented by the states because of our federal system, and states have to align back to the national policy. And obviously or naturally, Tamil Nadu and other states, they have their own planning document. I think maybe it's might be already available with us. I just want to bring out that in terms of Tamil Nadu specifically, how they put it together. Well, just I had, sorry that it might be in Tamil, they also have a Tamil version. Also was interesting for me to read through. Also see the kind of Tamil words they coined for all the sustainable goals, and very technical terms have been now put in Tamil as well for the better understanding, I think. So there's both, of course. It would, I think it makes sense for to reach at the grassroots level. So I think this is an important document in terms of functional. I think each state would probably do that with their own local languages. And again, just I want to bring to our notice how in Tamil Nadu, how the soil related land use or land use particularly is not probably specifically soil, but in a general context. And you see the alignment here, like goal number 215, I'll try to put together soil sample analysis they have conducted, and of course dealing with agriculture department. They put focus at organic farming in Tamil Nadu, and that's dealt with the horticulture, plantation crops, and forest area. Of course, this is dealt by the Forest Department or Environment Secretariat in Tamil Nadu. So having said that, I think this would probably give some idea of at the national, and we have seen at the international level or the UN level and national, and now at the Tamil Nadu at the state level. I thought, of course, this is probably anyway probably ongoing process intensively. Dr. Murali, I think is having headed now leading our direction to put ourselves and redefine or even evolve ourselves to. So I just kind of, I mean, it's anyway not a complete document, but I just trying to put. I tried to put some general keywords how within our foundation. How soil specific activity, anyway, these are all part of it. I think these have been also in the annual report, have been activities since many years. Maybe we have to maybe revisit or reorient ourselves or interlink ourselves to integrate or even improvise soil related activities, and then of course at the higher level with other activities. So I think I probably leave it for the discussion. Well, that as we know, thematic area, but I thought to also, this is just a very, very general maybe kickstart some discussion how, for example, as a functional unit, a bio village concept we have, and we're trying to also revisit that during our discussion, how soil related activities have been, and probably we might have to revisit or upgrade ourselves. For example, maybe in a bio village, I don't know, 2.0 or something like that, we should try to adapt and evolve. I think this we have seen as a program event is coming, and I don't want to go, and there seem to be a lot of benefits in attending that. I think with that, I stop here. I thought to also, if really there is a time, or if our colleagues agreed, there was a short video to kind of, I thought maybe of interest. It's like, I think for 2 minutes or 4 minutes video, giving you a very nice presentation of how important soil.
That distant and small spot in the cosmos is the habitat of approximately more than 2 million species and the product of billions of years of evolution. Most of this biodiversity is in the soil beneath our feet, but only 1% of soil species have been identified so far. The soil biota constitutes the greatest concentration of biomass of any part of the planet, and is composed of an immeasurable amount of mega, macro, meso, and microorganisms. Each of these wonderful creatures plays a key role in the food chain that maintains the fragile balance of life in natural and agroecosystems. If these complex interactions become interrupted, it can cause irreversible impacts for life on Earth, including humans. So, why do we need soil biodiversity? Soils hold many unexpected secrets and perform unseen functions. The discovery of antibiotics has had a major impact on increasing human life expectancy. Soils hold many other potential medicinal functions and possible cures. The natural association between plant roots and microscopic fungi promotes better plant nutrition and growth, tolerance to soil pathogens, and adverse climatic conditions. Through their natural function and metabolism, soil microorganisms are capable of breaking down and denaturing certain toxic compounds and contaminants resulting from many human activities. Part of CO2 emissions into the atmosphere, derived from industry and agriculture, can be absorbed by plants and stored in soils thanks to microbial decomposition that may allow soil carbon retention for long periods of time. This invaluable service provided by soil organisms is key in climate change mitigation. On the other hand, deforestation, monocultures, and the overuse and misuse of agrochemical inputs degrade and reduce soil's health, diminish resistance to pests and pathogens, and cause biodiversity loss that jeopardize the delicate balance that took billions of years to evolve and specialize. We could not only lose a long natural history of speciation, specialization, evolution, and adaptation, but also soil's capacity to perform essential ecosystem functions. How can we restore, manage, and conserve something that we do not see directly, and of which we do not have full knowledge? It is our collective responsibility to raise awareness on the importance of soil biodiversity, promote technological innovation to preserve and enhance soil biodiversity, including ecosystem restoration, recognize soil biodiversity as a key provider of ecosystem services and as one of the main nature-based solutions to face all the current global challenges. Invest in gathering better knowledge about the status of soil biodiversity and functions, including by region and land cover type. And develop policies based on scientific evidence to mainstream sustainable soil management and conservation of rich biodiversity soils across landscapes. Everything that we eat and drink passes through the soil biota over and over again. Therefore, we need healthy soils for healthy food, healthy environments, healthy people, and a healthy life. It starts with you. Give a voice to the sound of a living soil. Keep soil alive. Protect soil biodiversity.
So thank you very much, Mathimaran. It's quite a revealing, lecture, and it really arose a lot of interest and a lot of questions. I mean, there are plenty of things one can do about it, but certainly we can handle so much that we can think of at least. Thank you so much for.
Thank you for the opportunity, and definitely, and Dr. Ranga.
Thank you
for facilitating. Thank you, and bye to all.